Good evening. I have a package, and inside of this package is the brand new factory magnetized Yuxin Little Magic M, an X-Man Volt V2 Square One, and waifu clock. So first, let's get started with the Yuxin Little Magic. 56 millimeters, I always thought it was 55. Ugh. All right, some very efficient packaging here. Juicy. First turns. Alright, it's dry despite being wet on the outside. Ooh, yeah, that's bone dry. Jeez. How did they manage to get the outside of the cube wet, but the inside is like completely bone dry? So the internals are primary now. Is that primary or is that white? I think that's primary. Yeah, on the old Yuxin Little Magic, they were like random colors. Let me go get my old Yuxin Little Magic. Alright, so this is the old Yuxin Little Magic. Let's see if the pieces look any different. Okay. Yep, they're the same. So the only difference is this new one is magnetic, which is very nice. It feels really different though. Probably because do you hear the difference in the sound? Huh. Maybe I should put some lube in this. Let's do some Martian, because that's the first lube my hand landed on. So let's put 6 drops in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, nice. I'd say about 4 of those drops went on my finger, 2 of them went in the cube. Nice. Alright, so this is actually feeling pretty nice. The magnets are much lighter than the ones I have in the one I magnetized, which is actually much better for me. At the end of the video, I'll have a nice, proper review of this. What should we do next? Let's see, let's do waifu clock. Alright, so I've never seen a clock. I know how to solve one because literally everybody knows how to solve one. So yeah. Oh, Lord. Ooh, that's not a nice action. How does this work? Ooh. Ooh, that feels nice. I don't know how to scramble a clock. I don't know anything about this event, aside from the fact that most people don't like it, but I've been wanting to just get every single WCA puzzle, and this plus the X-Man Volt plus 7x7, but it's basically the same as 6x6. Now I'll have every WCA puzzle. So, alright, I've got this scrambled up. Let me try doing a solve on it. Alright, this is also going to be a clock tutorial. So, you choose one dial. I'm gonna choose this one. So, whatever pin is like up, the 4 dials around it will turn. So, these 4 are gonna turn if I turn here. So then I line the center one up with this one. Then I turn these 2 at the same time, so I put this pin up, and then I move these 2 over to this one, and this one came with it. Good. Now, all these 4 with this, and now we've got a cross done, or a cross. And yeah, and then I think now you just like flip it over and then do a cross on this side too. And then I think you flip it back over. Oh Lord. And then I think you just solve corners. So if you put 3 pins up, everything will move except for one corner. So let's do this one, and then good. And then put them all to 12 o'clock. Flip it over, and would you look at that, it's done. So this thing feels kinda trash, but it's the only magnetic clock that isn't the Qi clock, but the Qi clock is for people who care about clock, which I do not, or maybe I will, I don't know, who knows. But yeah, okay, so I wanna set this up, but I don't even know how to open this. So leave in the comments how to set up a clock, and I'm gonna make a video setting this clock up, not using a tutorial, only using comments from this video and like Reddit if I make a post on Reddit. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And lastly, probably what I'm most excited for, even though this is a pretty old cube, the X-Man Volt V2. So this is my first Square One ever, and you see the clock clock is probably the easiest puzzle in the WCA. This is probably the hardest. Oof. Okay. I'm getting scared just looking at this. Ooh, it's really dry and kind of tight. If you don't know what a square one is, I would explain it, but I don't really understand it either. It's like you turn the top and the bottom, so it's kind of like a 3x3, but there are no top or bottom center pieces. There are no center pieces in general, and it turns in half and it like shape shifts and does weird stuff. Yeah. You can get it into states where like certain turns are possible, certain turns aren't. So I am afraid of this thing. Also, this thing feels like really slow. Okay, that looks pretty scrambled. Let's see. I don't know how to solve this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I vaguely know how to solve it, I should say. Let's go like this. Nope. How about like this? Nope. Oh boy. How can I turn this? This thing just straight up won't turn. Okay, there we go. I can turn like this. There we go. Now I've got these two pieces paired up. This thing is super slow. Yeah, this is definitely going to need some setup. Okay, so the way you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to first turn it into a cube, and then you're supposed to get all the same colors on the same sides. This is turning out to be quite a challenge. So I don't think I'm going to be able to solve this now. Okay, so the top is cube shaped, but this isn't. Hey, I got it into the shape of a cube. Nice. I did cube shape all by myself. Okay, so I need to get it to a point where like this side is all yellow and this side is all white. That way I can just slice down. And oh, this middle slice is like really smooth and nice. Okay, so I've got it on this side. I just need to swap this and this. How do I do that? Oh, hell yeah. All right. I can't believe I did that. Damn. Okay, so now I just need to solve this off camera. That's as far as I'm gonna go. Let's see. All right, okay, so I've got parity here, and then I've got parity here. Great, so I've got double parity, which means I'm gonna have to do some long-ass algorithm. And why does this have the same stuff on it that was on the Diane Zanchi when I got it? What the hell? Alright, so now I am going to use the Yuxin Little Magic for a couple weeks, and then I will tell you what I think of it in like 2 seconds probably. Alright, so actually I'm going to talk about all 3 of the cubes I unboxed and give my thoughts on both the events as well as the cubes. So first is the new Yuxin Little Magic M. So my first thoughts on the new Little Magic were that it feels pretty much nothing like the old one. Out of the box, it felt way slower and really blocky, so I loosened it and lubed it, and it's much faster now, but still pretty blocky, and it still feels nothing like the old one. Again, listen to the difference in the sound. I think this might be because the plastic is much harder than the old one, and I think the springs are a lot stronger too. Honestly, I'd say the feeling of this cube is way more comparable to the old Diane Zanchi than it is to the old Little Magic. The blockiness, hard plastic, smooth turning, and hollow feeling make it feel like a Zanchi with modern performance. So if you're a cube boomer and you miss the good old days, maybe consider getting this cube. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to say the RS3M 2020 is a much better option over this cube. Shocker, I know. The corner cutting is better, it has the potential to be faster or slower, and it has more customization. I just feel like it's more likely to suit your particular turning style. However, the Little Magic is a good cube. I can still get my normal times on it, and I definitely think a lot of people could really like this, especially with all the similarities to the old Zanchi. I'm not sure if I can say it's an upgrade over the old Little Magic, since that's a pretty good cube too. It just feels and performs a little differently. However, I will say don't get the non-magnetic Little Magic unless you already know you'll like it and plan to magnetize it. Alright, next up is the waifu clock. ShengShou? The ShengShou Clock is honestly pretty bad. I haven't tried any other clocks, so I have nothing to compare it to, but it just doesn't feel good to turn it. It's really easy to not align your turns perfectly, which makes it so you can't push the pins up or down. And it's so slow that my fingers hurt if I do too many solves on it in a row. But the pins are hella satisfying. Now, like I said before, I don't know a single thing about setting up a clock, so leave a comment telling me how, and I might use your comment in the video that I talked about earlier. As for the event itself, I kinda like it. There is no learning curve because the method I showed earlier in the video isn't the beginner's method, it's the method. Because of that, this event is pretty chill to practice because I literally don't care about my times, and it doesn't require much thinking to solve, so it's pretty much just a fidget toy with extra steps. It's definitely not gonna become my main event or anywhere even close to that, but whatever, it's fun to do sometimes. And lastly, the X-Man Volt V2 Square 1. So I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm pretty disappointed with the performance of this cube. Out of the box, it was super tight, so I pretty much immediately tried to figure out how to tension it, and you can't! There's one screw and spring which holds the two equators together, but the top and bottom layers don't even have screws in them. They can't flex at all, and there is pretty much no corner cutting. After lubing it with a whole bunch of lunar, I'd say this is slightly better feeling than an old Rubik's brand 3x3. I really wish I had saved my money and gone for the Little Magic Squan instead, since I've heard its performance is pretty comparable. However, Squan is a pretty fun event. It's really challenging in a way that pretty much no other WCA puzzle is. Almost nothing from 3x3 or any other events for that matter translates into Squan. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, so leave some Square 1 tips down in the comments if you want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and also, I'm partnered with Speedcube Shop now, so if you want to buy the stuff I showed off in this video, or anything else speedcubing related, maybe get it from them. And if you do, I'd appreciate it if you used my discount code DRAGON for 5% off your order, and it also lets Speedcube Shop know who sent you. Also, I made the song that's playing right now, so if you like it, go check it out, and this outro is getting way too long. See ya!